You know, when I talked to you guys yesterday, I did not explain at all this entire thing. So, so what are we doing? What are we doing, Esther? What's this thing about a video series about a publishing journey, or at least mine, and just specific the change pivot I am doing with my pen name. So, one of the things that I learned when I was reading this book um, is that the flexibility that short romances, or at least novellas and novelettes, gives you is that if something is not working, then you could change. Um, and it's not gonna cost an arm and a leg. And you can reroute everything pretty quickly. So I'm not saying that the first five books that I have are not good or not doing what I expected. Um, but this is something that I wonder and got confirmation. The current landscape um, in the publishing, at least in romance, is that series are the best uh, investment of your time, of your money, of um, readers' time and money. Because if, as a reader, you find a author that you like their writing style, you like the stories that they weave, if they have many books already, or they have planned many books in a series, in a world, in a town, then you for sure have like a to go um series and books. Like, you for sure know that when this author or when this series has a new book, I know I'm gonna buy it because I know I'm gonna like it. It's like a um it gives you reassurance as a reader. As a writer, it it gives you the space to create something really big, and it gives you the freedom to stay as long as you want. Long gone are the days that everyone is like, after a third book, everyone's like, oh my god, would this author stop writing on that same world, blah blah blah. That is gone. Long gone. It might be still prominent in other genres, but it is not in the romance landscape. So knowing that, and knowing that I am working to get the holiday romance out this year, I thought, well, it will be um, a better time investment, money investment, mental investment to introduce this world that I have created. It's a contemporary world. It's three different towns, um, and just introduce it and bring readers earlier than what I have in my publishing calendar. So the way that I did this, uh, partially was just sparked by a series that I'm watching. and kind of like going for something that I love, which is the fake dating trope. Um, so I was like, what about a fake dating short romance, quote unquote short romance? Because I don't think they're gonna be short, but we shall see. But short romance series with the fake dating trope and all different tropes, and most of them will be in the same town the holiday romance is, but some of them will be in the other towns, so we can start introducing those. And people have readers will have options. Do you want this so and so small town, or do you want this so and so small town, or do you want this so and so small time town like city situation? Like they will be able to um choose, and as they meet different people they might then go to different books. So I am trying with this to start building my what could be a very big and vast net of different stories, different lengths, in the same county. So people who like full length, they will have full length. People who like short romances, something that is less than 2 hours, they have that. And then people who like more the in between length, they will be able to have that. So we're pivoting to working on that. So now that you have the framework and all the mind things that I did, I can do words, right? I'm a writer, I'm an author. Now that you know that, I I think I mentioned in one of the blogs, I think the blog that I said that it was actually a writing blog, I'll put it on the card. That I pretty much came up with the premises, and I've been working through the outlines on and off. Because what I've been doing is like I outlined it two stories and then started to drafting one. Once that is done, I'll go ahead and outline another, doing that kind of switcheroo between drafting, outlining, revising. So um, you will see, you will have a front view of all the shifting that I do with all the different projects. Mind you, these are all different projects in the same name under code name Sally, but it's very similar when I have just a single project per name. Now, let's say I'm just working on a full length for Sally, and then I'm working on a serial for Mireya, and then I'm revising or working on a YA or a middle grade for Esther. It's gonna have this very similar switcheroo because they will definitely will have different lengths, and they will all be in different stages. So I don't know what time is it. It's might be close to 6:30 on June the 27th. I'm gonna set up the thing because the laptop is here, um, and connect all the different things to be ready for Tiffany's PJs and Scribbles. But yeah, you guys will come along like any other day. If by the time, if before I start editing this, I get questions in the comment section of like yesterday's vlog that got released today, I'll answer them here. If not, they will have to wait for the next video. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, one example I thought that I should sort of show um, how I work self revisions. I am someone who, if I can't, if I have the means, I print my book. So you probably have seen here and there in the background, you have seen a few binders. You have seen two binders. This one is for the holiday romance. The other one that you have seen is for the shorts. And then you have seen the purple binder, which is the K-pop book. So I print them, punch them, and put them on a binder, and then I read through them and make notes on the actual page. So something like this, something along those lines. Yes, I do the red. I went kind of like sort of old school kind of thing. But you can do any color. I do write like anywhere on the page. If I'm completely scratching a line of word, an entire paragraph, an entire scene, I scrap an entire chapter. So I go at it. I also have a notebook um, that I make notes of like bigger picture to do list kind of revision things. So that's how I tackle revisions. And when I'm ready to start getting them on the document, I actually do that on Word. I don't do that on Scrivener, even though Scrivener can be really good at revisions, um, because they do have uh, a section where you can change when you're on your first revision, your second revision, so on and so forth. But I I highly enjoy track changes on Word, and that's what I've been using. So that's what I do. I do revisions by hand first, and then I transfer them on the document with my track changes on. And then after I go through that, they either get read by someone, a writer friend, or they get sent to the editor depending what's the state of said story. So yeah, that's kind of like an overview of my revision. So you will be seeing a lot of like papers with a lot of handwrite notes. So yeah, let's go to, I don't know, next thing. Okay, let's close this writing blog. I'm heading to bed earlier than normal. It is 11:20 p.m. on the 27th. I am tired. My stomach doesn't feel well. And this weekend is the AWC. If this is the first time you have heard of it, is the Otter Tube Writing Conference. Is a weekend conference for free here on YouTube, run by SD Houston. Um, so I thought, since I'm gonna be pretty busy during the weekend, my social battery will be uh, so depleted by the end of the weekend. This will be a good evening to go to bed early. So say early. I'm just going like an hour and a half before my normal time. Anyways, as for an update, I finished chapter one of the Reader Magnet. I will spare you the word count. We shall see if in revisions I can shave off some of it, but we're not going to talk about that. I wrote today 775 words. This is kind of like normal for me if I have a couple of days that I am writing over 1,000, over 2,000 words. There's gonna be a day or two that I'm barely getting past 500 words, and it's just my creative battery kind of like dips a little when I output so much so quickly. Um, but yeah, we are in the reader magnet. I may or may not print the first book in the fake dating series so I can start revisions. Even though chapter 8 is not done, I'm not worried about epilogues because I write epilogues after I revise. So that's okay. I am a little worried that I have not. This is the second day that I have not done any editing on the holiday romance. So I may also just dedicate after I'm done with what I have to do tomorrow for the AWC. I may just dedicate the rest of the evening to do that chapter and maybe an additional chapter depending how I feel. Because I kind of like want to get up to chapter 10 and go back and make sure. I think I want to, if I can, I want to do that 10 by 10. Do 10, go back, do that revision, do a second revision, then the next 10, go back to those 10 and do a revision. Especially as I'm writing the short romances because they're things that I know I need to, for continuity, and kind of like sprinkle some cute little um Easter eggs. Um I have to like keep going back and forth. Anyways, yeah, that's the update. That's it. As of right now, I'm gonna make sure before I kick myself in the butt and say that I have none. Let's make sure. Okay, so right now, I don't have any questions from the video that went up today. So we can safely wrap up this and call it a day so far. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.